If I could have a frog, I probably would have that. Not directly.
Well, if you get up early, I mean, I like 10 o'clock, so maybe I'll start. Okay? Write it down. I want Karen. I'm pretty sure she's coming.
Aloha, everyone. Hey, welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, Kaua'i. I am Reverend Rita, and this is Reverend Patrick. And Jeremy and Amy Brown are music directors, and we're here today to just celebrate. So welcome. We like to start with our announcements first, so we get them out of the way, and then just stay in the spirit of the celebration while we're here. So most important thing today is that it's Birthday Sunday. We celebrate once a month all the birthdays that happened in June. And I have the names of people that are actually members of our center, but if your name's not up here and you had a birthday, please let us know, okay? So I'm saying happy birthday right now to our members, Lily and Susie and Jay and Gabi, who's back there, and James Milner, who's on the mainland, Terry, who's on the mainland, Michelle is a June birthday, she's right there. Oh, it's actually today, right? Oh, okay. Oh, good. That's very special. And Ray, who's on the mainland. So anybody else that has a birthday today or this month? Oh, happy birthday. All right, so after service, we celebrate with a cake, so please stay and join us for that. Also, okay, so the science, we have a bookstore back there, and the new Science of Mind magazine for July is in. So, oops, I didn't turn my phone on. So if you would like the Science of Mind magazine, it's $5. We only get a certain amount of copies of it, so it's a very wonderful thing to have. And if you're new to the science, it's a great way to get introduced to it. The articles are great. We are still looking for a new venue to celebrate in. We are just looking for a new venue, and we have lots of nibbles, but nothing has really come forth as solid yet. So we're knowing that it is there. So if you hear of anything that we can rent in the Kaua'i area, we really want to stay here. We feel that it's really where the majority of the people that come to us live, and so we're in the vicinity of Kaua'i. So please, please, please let us know. On Tuesday night, we're doing something very special. We're having our first Teze, which is an evening of silent meditation, music, and spoken word. No preaching, just spoken word, music, and silent meditation. And we're doing it in honor of holding the consciousness, raising the consciousness of peace and love, of course on our planet, but also just specifically in the area of Charleston, South Carolina, and the events that occurred there. So we know that everything starts in our minds and that place of peace. So we're going to use that evening focused on that. And let's see. Oh, in Princeville, there's no Saturday night service in July. I don't know why my thing is wobbling here. Anyway, it's never wobbled before, but it's wobbling today.
I'll unwobble.
Well, you can't unwobble because I need my book. I love spontaneity.
There you go.
Okay, thank you. Okay, that's perfect. This is so good. He is
I'm
handy.
here all week.
You know, I tell everybody he isn't handy, but he is. Thank you, Patrick. He's stepping up. So anyway, usually on the first Saturday of the month we have a service in Princeville, but because of the 4th of July, we are not going to have that service in Princeville because that is actually the 4th of July. So there will be no service in Princeville in July. Another thing you need to know, not next week, but the week after is July 12th. And we will be celebrating our second year here on the island of Kauai. And every year we have a big celebration on that day. So we will be not in this room, but we will be at Lidgate Pavilion down below us in the large pavilion. And Jeremy and Amy will be there, the Sacred Earth Choir, and Kumusebra Kauka will be coming to give us a blessing. It's a really time for us to celebrate that we've been here for 2 years, and it's a good thing, and we're really grateful. And in the meantime, we're also having a fundraiser surrounding that to raise funds to take us to our next level, to help us to expand and get bigger. So thanks to Rob, we have our beautiful poster back here. And if you want information on that, it is on the website. People said they had a hard time finding it. Well, it's under events, and you'll see it. It says Terrific Tubes Fundraiser, so it is on our website. Oh, and next week is Membership Sunday, new members. So if you joined recently and haven't been given that recognition in the ceremony, I will be writing you a letter this week because I have the membership forms. If you'd like to become a member of Center for Spiritual Living Kauai, you can have a membership form back there and fill it out. And it basically just means that you've decided to commit to your spiritual growth, that you've decided that this is a great home for you to feel centered and loved, and that you want to support that home in any way that you can. And that's basically all it means. And so if you want to join us in membership, we have about, I think, 110 members right now. Yeah. So it's a good thing. Yeah. So I think that's all I have. Does that sound right?
It feels like there's more, but I'll look when I get there.
Oh, okay. Thank
I'm
you.
just handed that way.
Okay. So.
Also, we have Kaua'i.
Oh, Kiali's here. You
Yeah.
weren't there. I didn't even see you. Hi, honey. Do you want to go out with our lovely
Yeah.
Janice? Janice is our beautiful youth director, and Kaua'i is
Is
our
there a
youth
song
leader.
that we used to sing to bring them out? No.
Sing the song again.
Yeah. You want to do that?
Okay, yeah, that'd be fun.
Go ahead.
So,
Janice.
to remember, so it is a blessing to sing. You are walking as the light, as the light, as the light. You are walking as the light of God. Then as we go longer, place the walk, then we'll add you are walking as the love. So if we can walk out, will you sing that? Do you want to come here for me? We're going to get a blessing.
Ready?
Walking
as the light, as the light, as the light. You are walking as the light of God.
I'm so grateful. I'm
Just think
grateful.
when we have 30 kids.
I know. I think okay, so thank you for that. Thank you. That was beautiful. And thanks to Janice for stepping up into that role. Okay, so we're going to light our peace candle, Patrick. So before we start our meditation, if you're here for the first time, we like to light a peace candle just to remind ourselves that peace begins within us, nowhere else but within us. And then it expands out into our life, into our relationships, and into the world, into this planet, into this universe, from our place of peace. Just breathe into that. And I have a little seed thought for the meditation today, and it's written by Ernest Holmes, and it says, "We are an internal destiny, a forever expanding principle of conscious intelligence, the ocean in the drop of water, the sun in its rays. We are an eternal destiny, a forever expanding principle of conscious intelligence, the ocean in the drop of water, the sun in its rays." Take a deep breath, relax, and enjoy your time of centering. And so, we are an eternal destiny, a forever expanding principle of consciousness, the ocean in the drop of water, the sun in its rays. So bringing ourselves gently back, here, now, in this moment, conscious of who and what we truly are. For I know that we are that conscious intelligence, that beauty and love that is everything, that ocean in the drop of water, that sun in the ray. Each of us individually expressing the magnificence of source of love, of light. I know that's what we bring here today with us, as us, to this service, this celebration together. And we celebrate that. And we even come to know it to a higher degree. I know that this is an opening, a portal, a time for sharing our love, a time for sharing who and what we are, a time for knowing and becoming even more and more enlightened. And as we enlighten, so does this planet, so does this universe, bringing us back to that original state of perfection. I just celebrate that, and I just know that that's what's happening here, and I give thanks for it in advance, and I just simply, in that Thanksgiving, release this word that I've spoken as an into universal law, knowing that it is done, as we say together as one, and so it is. Thank you. So welcome again.
Just wondering why we're all so far away from. Aloha, everyone.
Aloha, yeah. Hey, you, Adam. Welcome. Let's make sure we have enough chairs for everybody.
Yeah, we do.
There's a couple of seats in the front.
There's two
in
up
the
here,
front. I'm saving that one for.
and there's one here. There we go.
There's one in the back row. One next to Matt there. Okay, and the two.
Now we have another one back there. Okay, so welcome, welcome, welcome. What a great day, great energy.
Yes.
Every week we have new energy here, just so you'll know that every moment is new. Last week was Father's Day. We had a whole different energy, and it was such a safe place that we have created for ourselves. And so Rita,
Yes.
would you like to let them know where we are?
Yes, if you're here for the first time, and I just always like to restate this every week, and best way I can, hopefully a different way for those that have already heard it, that we are a Center for Spiritual Living, which is a worldwide organization that celebrates the magnificence of humanity and awakening humanity to its divine magnificence. that's what we're here to do, and that's what our mission statement is in just a nutshell. And to create a world that works for everyone, for everyone. So we create that world from within ourselves. And by honoring who we are and becoming to know more and more who we are and appreciating ourselves and loving ourselves, because we treat the world better the more that we feel good about ourselves. So we come here to celebrate that and to awaken that every week, to get like kind of just like a jolt of energy that just helps us, to assist us and helps us to get through our week and to bring it out. The more we practice it, the more it becomes our own, because we can't really feed off someone else's energy. We need to have it as ourself, in ourselves. And so that's what our mission is, to empower each one of you to feel that within yourself and not to rely on us. I won't have a job anymore, and that's good. That's what my mentor used to say all the time. I'll be out of a job, that's good. Anyway, so.
We'll always have a place that we need to gather. I'll always have something to say. Doesn't matter how advanced you all get.
So anyway, so welcome. And
who's here for the very first time? Just raise your hand. It's nothing. There you go. That is one. There you go. We have a little gift for you. Is that it?
Roseanne, no.
No. Roseanne?
Roseanne.
Roseanne's just passing around. There we go. Okay, good. So in that envelope is something very, very special. It's one of our talks. So not only do you get us live, but you get to take us home with you as well. But more than that, what we know is that we do know something about you before you even got here. And we're just going to let you know that. You probably already know it anyway, but shall we?
You are magnificent.
Yes, you are. And I bet you're wondering, how do they know it? It's because we know that about ourselves as well. So can we all say that together?
I am magnificent.
Now, look over to your left, right, up, down, doesn't matter, and say to them, you are magnificent.
You are magnificent. You are magnificent. You are.
Well, before they all get coffee and start talking, even when we. So you're magnificent. And do you believe that? Do you believe that? Yes. Yeah, it's something, if you're in the middle of your day and you feel less than magnificent, which happens occasionally, just every once in a while, we may not be feeling on top of the world, as they say, then just remember, I am magnificent. And wow, that can switch and pivot your whole day. So, with that being said, I think we should open this with some song and some movement. So if you want to stand, that's great. We'll
How do you get the program?
I'm actually the cameraman today too, so.
Yeah.
There they are. Everything's working.
As I walk through the valley of love and devotion, I feel reaching out to me like a wave across the ocean. I know you're here beside me.
get you moving in the morning? Yeah. And I've got all the little sign things going, the ocean, and I'm, just saying. And I had to go get my glasses, but I'm at that point. I'm going to develop it 2020 before this is all said and done. Just to let you know. This is a very special week for a lot of different reasons. I know for you in your own lives, and every moment is special. But I know that with the equality passing this week, and I know there was a lot of sounds I was hearing from our neck of the woods in Los Angeles. Actually, it was a lot of screaming and celebrating, and we even got a wonderful message saying, is it okay to drink champagne at 7 a.m.? And I said, it all depends. It's, you do what you need to do. But they were really celebrating this equality. And we're not about saying what is right or wrong in the political realm, but what I do want to talk about in the realm that Rita and I work in, and that this organization stands for, is love. And so I thought to myself, what could a little reading that would work? And I tried something new. I said, the first thing that talks about love is what I'm reading. So you're all lucky. I mean, I pushed that little Google God, and then we'll see what happens there. And this is what was more of a poem than an actual reading. And I thought that we'd dedicate it to the marriage equality in our country. No matter what it is, it does stand for freedom, and it does stand for love. And so this is what this Gary Ferris said. When times seem hopeless and everything falls apart, that's the time to dig down and find what's in your heart. The things that you value will rise to the top. If love isn't one of them, you're probably going to drop. Search deep within yourself and evaluate your soul. I bet you will find some love hidden under all that coal. Sometimes in this crazy life we get trapped in our things. A nice home, a fancy car, and all that money can bring. Material things are very nice, but that's far from all we got. If those things divide us, then it's clear we have forgot. Love is a precious treasure that protects us from the fall. With love, all things are possible, because love conquers all. And I think that said that a lot this week, not just in equality, but just around the world, that someone dared to love and we'll be talking about it later in the next steps. I picked an affirmation that I thought really went with this, and I'll say it first, and we can all say it together. And it goes like this: my true nature is love, and love always wins. Say that with me. My true nature is love, and love always wins. One more time. My true nature is love, and love always wins. So just for a moment, just close your eyes if it feels good. If not, leave them open. But just let's celebrate. Let's take a moment, this unborn moment, to just celebrate who we truly are. And that is love. It always has been, and it always will be. And it doesn't matter what ruling is passed. And it doesn't matter what anyone else says, that love is the foundation of who and what we are at all times. I came here as love. You came here as love. And that will always be. So what I know about this is that love is our protector. Love is where we can land and feel safe. Love is our very, very breath in which we believe. And the more and more that I can say, I love you, but more than that, I love me, then we will have a world that is based in love. And anything that does not appear to be that power, that source of love, will disappear into the nothingness from where it became. So what I know today is I know that we have declared love. We have declared equality. Equality knowing that there is no division. There's only one thing, and that is one nation, one world, one spirit under this entire umbrella called good. And I declare it for each and every one of us. I accept it, and I let it loose. No holding on to love. I give it all away, and there is still more and more and more love pouring out. So knowing that, I just release it. I get out of the way and let love have its way with me and with this entire world. As together we say, and so it is now. Valentine's Day early. That's how I look at it. Alrighty. So, special music, of course, by our special, wonderful, and we didn't get a chance last week, but happy Father's Day to you, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Yes. We all have that Father within. So I'm turning it over to you for special music from special people.
Yes, and Patrick actually had a special request to send this one out to Rita for their anniversary. This is for you, Rita.
14 years.
14 years, July 1st.
Wow.
I'm handy that way.
Life
If you are falling, then I will catch you. You need a light. I'd find a match, 'cause I love the way you say good morning, and you take me the way I am. If you are chilly, here, take my sweater. Your head is aching. I'll make it better, 'cause I love the way you call me baby, and you take me the way I am. Now this one's from Rita to Patrick. I'll buy you Rogaine when you start losing all your hair. So I'm watching to all you tan, 'cause I love you more than I could ever promise. And you take me the way I am. Yes, you take me the way I am. Yes, you take me the way I am. Happy anniversary.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Always so good at surprises. I was really surprised. Wow. Thank you, Kelly. And thank you, Ron, for, I was too stunned to be the cameraman at that time. Yeah, he's a pretty amazing person. And you see this ring I'm wearing, I don't know if anybody knows this story, but I just gotta tell it to you because it's so special. I lost my wedding ring. I was doing an acting job and I took it off. And it was gone. And I like searched and searched and we couldn't find it. And so, it's a terrible feeling to lose your wedding ring. So, what this man did was, I don't know how he pulled it off, just like he pulled this off. He took his wedding ring and he took it to the jeweler and had it split in half and had the gold replaced, you know, that would make it a full ring, and gave it to me on our anniversary. And I was like, that's amazing. That's amazing. And we all have that within us. I just know it. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. That was a great song. Did you write it?
No.
Okay. Okay, so what's next? What's next after that? Well, according to Ernest Holmes, I always like to bring him in, there is something divine about us which we have overlooked. Yes, and so it is. Fairy dust and all those things. There is more to us than we realize. There is more to us than we realize. We are, as I said before, an eternal destiny, a forever expanding principle of consciousness and conscious intelligence, the ocean and the drop of water, the sun and its rays. That's who we are. And I think that asking what's next is a really good spiritual question to ask. And I know that sometimes that we think that what's next is what's past, right? I've got this quote, it was an anonymous quote, and it said, there comes a time to stop looking back and trying to figure out why. And some point we need to shift our attention to the what's next. So a lot of times we look back and we just go, you know, that's the way it was and it's going to keep being that way. But we have a saying in Science of Mind that this principle is not bound by precedent. It doesn't know. This law of cause and effect, this amazing power that we each have within us, doesn't know anything that's happened past. It only knows what's right now. So someone said something to me that I thought, I don't think I shared this with you, that I thought was really profound. When reviewing a situation in your mind of something that's happened, are you asking what you did wrong? Because if you are, you're asking the wrong question. You should ask, what did I do right? Take that in for a moment. What did I do right? Because if life is unfolding perfectly in every moment, then something right happened that took us to the next moment. So to dwell on what we did wrong just propagates what we did wrong and what we did wrong and what we did wrong. And then someone else said, have you apologized? Have you taken your part in it, whatever it was? And if you can answer those two questions, yes, I have, then you're done. And you're ready to move on. So the first part of what I want to talk about is just like not thinking that the past claims our future, because it doesn't. So what's next? Boy, we're getting lots of music today. Anybody want to dance? Anniversary dance? All right. No. It's all right. So what's next? We talk about like our center, like moving, and we haven't found a place yet, and all that stuff. Well, like, why not? Why haven't we? Well, obviously, it's not time yet. And obviously, there's something within me and within Patrick and maybe with all of us that's not ready for that next step yet. So the only thing that can take us to the next step is right now. So am I being in gratitude for what I have right now? And what's the difference between gratitude and being complacent? Like sometimes we think, oh, I'm so grateful for what I have. I'm so grateful for this. I'm grateful for this room. I'm grateful for all of you here. I'm grateful. And that's good to be grateful. But sometimes I think we can get confused and become complacent in our gratitude. Does that make sense? So we have to always be, if we're this ever-expanding point of conscious intelligence, which we are, then from that gratitude that we feel, we can bring ourselves to our next moment instead of staying on a plateau of just being grateful and just saying everything's fine. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Sometimes people want to just stay where they are, and that's good too. So, but one thing I know is that we can only, when we ask what's next, we're really asking what's now, because we can only create what's next from now. Does that make sense? We can't create it. We can't keep futurizing about what's going to happen. We have to look at, okay, so where's my consciousness now? And that's going to create my future. So I'm thinking like about this wonderful thing that happened for most of us, that now everyone can be married and there's no, like, you know, no law anymore that says you can't have love and you can, blah, 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 blah. So now everybody gets that. But there's some people that probably aren't very happy about that too, right? So do we, like, meet that with, well, you know, or do we see their light and just see that place within them that's love? I think I talked about this last week, instead of going back into hatred. Same thing with, you know, with the South Carolina incident. Do we go, because this is what we keep doing on this planet. That's why we're not progressing as fast as we'd like to in the way of love, because we keep thinking our way is the right way, and we keep seeing it as them instead of us. I love it when Kelly says, we love us. I get that now. He always says, we love us. And yes, we love us. We love us, all of us, because we're all in this cocoon called planet Earth together. And the only way that we're going to progress forward is through love, like Reverend Patrick said. And it has to start right. We can't go any further than we are. So whenever we think we're not going far enough, we just need to get back into where are we and expand from that place. Like, we can't create peace from confusion. We can't create love from hatred. We can't, it has to start here within us. So, like, you can't create $1 million. Let's say you want $1 million. Everybody's like $1 million, right? You can't create $1 million from a consciousness of lack, of a penny. You have to develop your consciousness of affluence, whatever that looks like to you. Is this clear? Take a deep breath and just really, let's just really settle into that idea that the now moment is the only moment. And the now moment, last night, we were doing the gifts of grief at Princeville Community Center, and we were ready to leave, and all of a sudden all these sirens went off. And somebody said, oh, our trip home, it's going to be a bear. Okay, so we're already acting like something's going to happen, and we don't even know what's happening out there. So instead, when things like that happen, take a deep breath and just go, my life is unfolding perfectly. Everything is running smoothly. Whatever it is that I'm meeting it from this moment as God. I don't take my problems to God. I take God to my problems, God to my challenges, because that's who and what I am. And it changes your whole life if you think about it from that. There's no challenge that we could ever have that would be too big for God to take care of. And that's what we're living from, that conscious intelligence, that forever expanding principle of conscious intelligence. We are not, as Rumi said, the ocean, the drop in the ocean. We are the ocean in the drop. So we got to start right where we are with whatever it is we want to do. If it's just to sit on the beach and relax, that's fine too. It doesn't have to be to write the next great novel. It doesn't have to be to, you know, to build the next great center or whatever it is. It can just be to be peaceful. It can just be to be in love. It can just be, That's what it is. It's just be. So, but it has to start right here, right now. That's what's next. It's coming from what's right here and right now. And that's all I have to say. I feel so loved today. Thank you from everybody, and from you, Mr. Reverend Patrick. And thank you for that beautiful song. And just thank you for being here and just sharing your consciousness with us every Sunday. It's just like, I love this space. It's just beautiful. And I know we carry it with us as we go from day to day until we meet again. Yes, yes. All right, namaste.
Okay. So, yes, I didn't know that dedicating a song could throw her off in such a manner of just such love and sensitivity that you always are, but I can feel it even more today.
Well, now I'm thinking about what I can do.
And when I was thinking about how you covered a lot of the areas in my particular talk, so oh, I know it's all good. But what I do know is that back to this idea about love being the foundation of everything. That thing that happened on Friday about the ruling that's just the ruling. There was so many what's next to get to that moment of this particular, they call it a victory. I was thinking about our children in the future, our children's children, and how they'll look back at this time and think, really? I don't even understand it. I can't comprehend, because the consciousness will be, can you hand me my glasses that I so nicely took away so they wouldn't be up here for you? But I said, this is what I wrote that very day. I said, they say that people in the future will look back at this day and wonder how could it have ever been that we needed a ruling on an issue that was about love. I would explain to those in the future that this day was not just about same-sex marriage. On June 26, 2015, we learned how to love just a little bit more. A day that we became just a little closer to remembering that we are all one and that no matter what we do, we have a choice. And love always wins. Love wins because it's our true nature. It has to return back to what it is. So this is what I know about what happened. I'm very emotional about it, but not because people get to get married. That's everybody's stuff, you know. I take it for granted because that's why I waited till I was 42 to do it. But I took it for granted that this is. I didn't know that people were out there, you know, thinking that, God, I just want to love somebody and share that and commit to them and share anniversaries legally. I didn't know that that was all about. But here's the thing. When I know what they did, everyone, all the consciousness, they believed it into being.
Right.
I want to say that for all of us. They believed it into being. It didn't happen overnight. Rosa Parks, it didn't happen just because of one incident. It was everything that built up to that. It was every moment that somebody went to bed and said, I want to love. It was every moment that someone said, I want to be able to eat in the same restaurant as somebody with the colored skin of white. It is beyond anything that was a ruling on Friday. This changed everything. It changed the entire vibration of our planet. Because we stopped for a moment. And even if you're not liking the idea, it's okay. Because you still were shifted. This time of separation has come to an end. And I don't care that it looks like, what it appears like. Jesus, the master teacher, said, judge not by appearances. And he said it over and over again so much that they had to write it and we had to keep remembering it. Now it's time to live it. We must take whatever it is in our life and we must believe it into being. It's the only way. You can't fake the law. You just can't do it. And all I know is take another breath. Can I hear amen? That's all I mean. And so this is, wow, sometimes you just let it fill you up, you know? And I was thinking about this idea of our space as well. You know, I gotta stop whining. You know, I don't understand, you know, other people get churches. Stop it. Believe it into being, man. Believe it into being. Stop waiting for somebody else to walk in and hand me anything. I believe in this teaching. And if I have to do it on a beach, I will do it on a beach. We have plenty. And I've got to move myself out of this idea that it has to be just that. And I have to move myself into the being of just says love. We were at this the grief movie last night, and I learned a lot. The room was filled with pain and love. And I said something, and I'll just kind of close into this. Once again, it was brought up, my favorite subject of metaphysical and new thought, try to bypass pain. And I will say it for my millionth time. That is not the truth. This is what I know about pain, because I've had it, we've all shared it. What I know about it is that at the bottom of pain is love. What was at the bottom of all of the people that had equal rights against racism and against same sex, against anything you could wrap your little prejudiced self around, was still a learning thing. And I know that the bottom of that pain is what rose us up to be able to say no more. And all those people that made all those next steps for us, and all this, we were talking about loss last night. And I said, we are not a community, a new thought that goes against, covering up pain. They call it spiritual bypassing. Oh, life is good, life is good. I will no longer apologize for me saying that life is good, because it is good. It always has been, and it always will be good. And you cannot take that away. It doesn't matter how many people are in wars, and it doesn't matter, because here's the news flash. We don't die anyway. And all of this is our next evolution, evolution, evolution. There's a vibration happening now that has never happened on this planet. There is a light that we are storing. And this island is a special, special island. To quote a musical. Wow. Wow, I just had this urge to sing, come to me, come to me, come to me. Wow. Oh. You guys don't even know what might happen with me today. I might levitate by the time we're all done with any of this. I believe in it, and I think the last part of this is that I think love, I said it last night, I have used I love you more than I have probably ever used in my life, because it needs to continually be used. But I think it gets bypassed. If you're going to spiritual bypass something, love is the foundation that will save it all. Love is the foundation. I was thinking the other day that they said, I wish I'd never been born. You heard that when the kids go, I wish I'd never been born. I didn't ask to be born, every time something doesn't go right, you brought me here, and, the whole drama of it. And I've had this idea about that, because I know it's all about love. I didn't ask to come here. I did not ask to come here. I begged. I begged to come here. Because I knew there was something to be done. And every one of you, even if life is wherever it's at, you didn't beg, because I don't really like the word beg, but anxious to get here. But that's the whole thing, because I knew love was to be unfolded while I was here. I love you. You are love. From that place, we will always win. We will win. Nothing can stop this vibration of love. Nothing. But guess where you have to start that love more than you've ever loved? You don't have to love me as much as you have to love yourself. And it is from that place of what they call egotism and self-centered. You better believe it, because when I am self-centered, I am at the center of God. When I am self-centered, I am firmly and yet so expansively love. And I just am, and you are. Namaste. I love you. There we go. Just another Sunday in Kauai.
Oh.
Wow. So, this is our time of affirmative giving. And let me just let you know right off the bat, you have given so much just by your presence in this room today. But as we know about love and God, there's always more. So that's what we're going to do. That's why we're passing the basket. There's always more. And one of these days, guess what? Rita and I were talking about it. This will become like prehistoric, this whole idea of passing this basket around. But until then, we're still learning something. It's an opportunity, not so much as what's in your wallet, but it's an opportunity to whatever you put into that basket, you put it with love. And if it's just your consciousness, you put your hand over it. And you know for this center and for this island that we are growing and we are expanding. We have the perfect home, whatever it is, that's how it gets started. So this is our time of giving, not just of monetary, but giving of our actual spirit. So have at it. Oh,
Let's turn to our affirmation. Really breathe it in. Divine love consecrates my gift.
It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I give freely today, knowing it returns to me abundantly.
Abundance,
Living life in the abundance, so much good love in abundance, sweet sensations of a new day rising. Abundance, I feel myself in this abundance, giving thanks for this abundance, calling in the blessings of a new day rising. Abundance, living life in the abundance, so much good love in abundance, sweet sensations of a new day rising. Abundance, I feel myself in this abundance, giving thanks for the abundance, calling in the blessings of a new day rising. Abundance, living life in the abundance, so much good love in abundance, calling in the blessings of a new day rising.
And I do believe we have risen today to an absolute new level of understanding. And I know that what's in this basket is just the beginning, and I bless it and I know it, but I know it just goes out and it comes back, and it's just the law of circulation. Wow. Wow. That's a blessing right by itself. We are so much more. God is the source and substance of our supply all the time. We are not limited to any basket. We are the basket. So there we go with gratitude, with love in our hearts, and just gratitude spilling over with more abundance, never ending, we say, and so it is now. Amen. We got Gabi back there going, and I do want to say a special shout out to the people that are watching our live stream, because it was interesting. The day we didn't have it, Rita was getting texts. I don't know why she was reading it during center, but no, I'm just kidding. But they were actually writing in, going, "Excuse me, where's it at? I can't see it. I can't," because there were people that called me and said, "I got my coffee, I got my feet up," and they live across the street, by the way. Yeah, this might empty our place, But it was so wonderful that you're out there wanting to do that. And one thing that we did forget is that we are having, and I hate to put the plug in at the end, but we do have a fundraiser going on. We always do for our birthday bash. And Rob, yeah, there's something about. But anyway, we just want to thank you, and we know there's a lot of people on the mainland, and this is just a wonderful time. We have a few more days. I was just stalling actually till our child came in.
Yali, do you have something to tell us today? Of course he does.
There
Yes?
we go. So thank you out there
All right.
in our wonderful,
Why-
wonderful live stream land.
Why don't you use, well, actually my mic is working.
We worked on making poems, but they aren't finished, and we were singing songs, and we had free time at the park.
Yeah, that's Kaua'i.
That's Kelly. Okay. Well, so our first thanks goes out to Janice. Thank you, Janice, for taking that leadership role. She loves it. It's a calling for her. She just loves it, and it's so wonderful to have you do that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you to you too. Thank you for being here and for that beautiful song. Wow, that was great. That's great. Thank you for your beautiful music all the time. And Katie, thank you for being at the door today. And Brenda Joy, I think you filled in. Thank you so much for that. And
Beautiful flowers.
yes, and the beautiful flowers from Loya, always. Thank you.
They're very heavy, but they're building muscle for her.
Really working the muscles, yeah. And thank you to
Karen.
Oh God, Karen, she showed up so early today. Thank you, Karen, for all your help. It was so helpful. Thank you so much.
And Kelly,
And
thank
Kelly.
you for what you always do, and thank you for running the bookstore today.
He didn't know that.
He didn't know that, but he does. You do but you can always say no. And then Rob and Roseanne, thank you for your continuous support in doing this and doing the programs and all of that. So Kelly's still looking at me like, oh, good thing the camera's not on me, because of course I'll do it. Thank you for everything you do.
And thank you everyone for being here and for your consciousness, and let's keep that, as Patrick said, keep the love going through the week. And if you ever need us, and if anything's come up in the service, there's a treatment box back there, and we will do affirmative prayer for you. And if you need us, just call us, except for Wednesday, because we're going to be celebrating our anniversary. But you can call and leave a message if it's an emergency.
Wow. There we go. So should we do a little happy birthday just for fun?
Yes,
or
for the
and then
birthdays.
we'll do our closing.
And thank you for taking charge of the cake back there, Roseanne.
Thank
All
you.
right, so let's do a happy birthday before we close.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joanne. Happy birthday to you. Come on.
So let us circle up for our closing song.
Yeah. Knife and paper plates. I don't see them anyplace back there.
Oh, hold on a second. I have to deal with the recording. Hold on. Something I just did something.
Step over here.
I'll do the closing.
So, exactly right. I'll leave right before we close.
Okay.
We all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. When you're not strong, I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. It won't be long. I'm
involuntary moment, right, starting right here. Put your hands on your hearts, right here within us, and then expanding out into the world. We give it, we receive it. There's a perfect circulation of love coming from this room, coming from each one of us, out into the world, out into the universe. I know it, I claim it, I allow it to be so, and I say thank you, thank you, thank you, as we all say together, and so it is now.
Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll let you carry on. It won't be long, 'cause I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Got to